The real power of Silicon Valley is not technology per se. It is the environment, the ecosystem that we've created for innovation, the business model for innovation that manifests most in technology, but you see it across the board too. Um, why do we do that? It's the capital markets that have really been the driver. And that's why Silicon Valley is going to stay Silicon Valley for a long time, despite the the many other places um, are appealing to attract people, but it's the talented workforce that's here. But what attracts the talented workforce? Of course, Stanford and other world-class educational facilities are part of it. But really, it's the fact that the venture capital is here. So they'll come. And as long as the venture capital is here, people will keep coming. But that's what's driven the innovation in technology. Now, what have we accomplished through that? Well, the companies that have been birthed out of here have generated more wealth in the last few decades and have changed the world. I don't think this is even arguable. Changed the world more than any other region in a comparable period of time in all of human history. I mean, the amount of change that has happened in the world in the last few decades is unprecedented, and it's been the headquarters of that has been Silicon Valley. But why, when we have generated so much wealth, why have we not seen innovation in the area of social impact and in the social sector? So you look at Silicon Valley, all this wealth generated, but we're also the lead in other trends such as human trafficking, homelessness. That's the most obvious one. California has 10% of the nation's population, 30% of the nation's homeless population. And Silicon Valley's right up there, Silicon Valley and LA, right up there, leading in that trend. We're also a leader in human trafficking. I don't think we're number one, but that totally sucks. That shouldn't exist. Unequal access to justice, mass incarceration, prison recidivism. I don't know how we compare to the rest of the nation, but I do know we have more prisoners per capita than average. And I know that our rate of recidivism is 80%. Technically, I believe the stat I saw was after 9 years, 80% of those who have been released from prison are back in the system on a repeat offense. And I think within 3 years, it's 65%. These are horrible, horrible things. But why have we seen so much innovation in this other area, but not in here? And more importantly, how can we change that? And I would say the key issue is incentives that come from the capital market, the philanthropic social services capital market, whether it's foundations that are giving. There's very little incentive to innovate. And the only true area of incentive where there is to innovate is in fundraising. But fundraising and delivering of services are different skill sets to different games. And so non-profit social service providers aren't penalized if their intervention has low impact and is expensive. And they're not, and on the other side, there's no reward system for those who are innovating. I think if we can change this, we can change the world. That's our goal. That's what Innovate is all about. Really, that's kind of what my life has been all about. Not innovating per se. To me, some of the most exciting areas of innovation are when we're taking the new and combining it with the old. And I love old technologies, old practices, ancient practices that come back into vogue because they're effective. It's not about innovating for innovation's sake. To me, what my driver is making the world better and believing that we cannot just play really well and lose the game, but we can win the game. We can create a world where there is no more prison recidivism, where every guy and girl who gets out is set up for success. Creating a California where there is no homelessness, where there is no addiction, where there is no such thing as food insecurity. That shouldn't happen anywhere in the world. We have developed the technology to feed the population easily. Our systems can support a massive population, and we have excess. There should be no reason for food insecurity anywhere in the world, much less Silicon Valley. That's my dream. That's my driver. That's what I'm all about. That's the painting I want to create.